So we got some spoils for episode 69 of Dragon Ball Super, but something in there, maybe it's just me, but I find it kind of comical. I mean, we've started off with Dragon Ball Super with Goku working as a farmer. He's, pulling out radishes. He pulled his brother out the ground. No, he's pulling out radishes. He's a farmer and shit like that. So it was already kind of like, oh, so Goku got a job, and that kind of stemmed in a way from Yo Son Goku and his friends return, the 2008 special that we got of Dragon Ball. But it was kind of like, makes sense. Chi-Chi, they're kind of like poor. They're not 100% poor, but, they don't really got money like that. So they out in the country, start a farm. It all makes sense or whatever. But now in this upcoming episode 69, this episode is after this week's episode that is about to be, about the dragon making a wish and stuff like that. Episode 69, it definitely sounds funny because not only is Goku going to have this weird part-time job, which we'll talk about in a second, but of course, Arale is showing up. And in case you don't know about Arale, pretty much that was the series that Akira Toriyama was doing before Dragon Ball. Dr. Slump, very, very popular in Japan. Didn't really get that popular over here. It's basically a series, this little robot, and she was like made by this guy and like his family and stuff like that. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that, again, it was very, very popular. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're prepping a Dr. Slump revival on the heels of Dragon Ball being so big. Maybe they're like, we can ride on the nostalgia train. Let's give Arale one more episode, because in case you don't know, if you're unfamiliar, apparently Arale was as well in a previous episode Dragon Ball Super, episode 43, I believe. She had a very, very small appearance, and I was kind of hyped for it, to be honest with you, until I saw what it was. I was like, she was in for like literally a split fucking second. Goku was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, yeah, she was in there for a split second, but seemingly the next episode is going to have full on a nice amount of, screen time for the character and stuff like that. Let's read the article and we'll talk more. The official website of the Dragon Ball Super anime revealed on Tuesday that Mami Koyama will reprise her role as Arale in the anime's 69th episode titled Goku vs. Arale, Hachamache Battle de Chikyu ga Owaru. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Goku vs. Arale, a nonsense battle, will end the world. In case you guys don't know, Arale is really freaking strong. I mean, even if you just played J-Stars Victory Versus, the game for the PS4, PS3 and stuff like that, the Shonen Jump fighting game, you would see that she can fuck shit up. She's really strong for a little girl. She's, again, a robot, and she's pretty freaking strong, so don't get it twisted as far as, like, this little girl, like, oh, she's nothing, like, she's strong. Koyama previously played the character in a cameo appearance on episode 43 in May, but in the new episode, Arale will be key to the episode's plot. We have a little image there, see Goku and Arale, and it really throws back to some of the little crossovers, because they did have some, I think they even had Dr. Slump crossovers in the actual anime with Dragon Ball showing up. I think Goku went Uzaru form at one point in like the last Dr. Slump anime that they did. I believe they did that as well. So there's been little crossovers here and there between the series. But here's where it starts to get funny. The episode will center on an event called the World Invention Award, which honors the best innovations in the world. The greatest scientists, including Bulma, gather for the ceremony. Goku is working part-time as a security guard in the event. I'm not gonna lie, to me that just sounds fucking hilarious. I hope he has like the full-on bodyguard look and shit like that, and he's like, yo, what's up? But more than likely what they're gonna do is gonna be comical as fuck. Goku's gonna be like, oh, you wanna get in? Yeah, sure, no problem. I mean, my boss told me not to let anybody in, but it's okay. You seem like a decent enough guy. Go right ahead. Like, that's gonna be fucking hilarious, and I can't believe that Goku's getting a part-time job as essentially like a bouncer, a security guard. Like, what in the fuck? In 2016, like, is this life right now? December 4th, Goku is a fucking part-time security guard? Like, really? But yeah, Goku is working part-time as a security guard in the event, and Mr. Satan is presenting the award. The award goes to Senbei Norimaki of Penguin Town. Penguin Town, if I'm correct, is where Dr. Slump is, based at, and I believe that's the hometown of Arale as well. As Norimaki is presenting his invention, Mr. Mashirito attacks. I'm guessing it's probably a baddie from Dr. Slump. Frustrated that he was not invited to the ceremony, he interrupts the proceedings, and for some reason, Arale and Gachan are at his side. I'm kind of curious about that. Again, that might be some more inner workings of Dr. Slump, some stuff that I don't really know about. And of course, Arale is one of the main characters of Dragon Ball, creator Akira Toriyama's earlier manga, Dr. Slump. The character previously appeared in a sequence of episodes within Dragon Ball, as well as in the Dragon Ball film and several video games. Koyama played the character in the original Dr. Dr. Slump anime and her guest appearances in Dragon Ball. So yeah, this is the OG voice actor for Arale. Like, there's never been no recasting, so that's pretty good as well to know that we're gonna have the full-on experience. And based on all the spoilers that we got for this episode, it seems as though it's gonna be a funny one. Definitely nothing serious at all. It's not gonna be Goku Black type of shit. No, not at all. It's gonna be a funny one, but it's gonna be probably funnier than I thought, because I remember back when Resurrection of F was first announced and we saw that Krillin was a cop. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you gotta think about it though. It makes really good sense for these super powered ass motherfuckers to take on jobs like this. They're not necessarily hurting anybody, because, you know, a cop, you're not supposed to really hurt anybody unless, like, you know, you're a crooked piece of shit. You're not supposed to really hurt anybody. So it makes perfect sense that these overpowered ass people can do these jobs better than anybody else, because, you know, hey, you stop right there, you're trying to get in, hey, stop, and you're never going to get past these people. So it's a really good idea in theory, but with Krillin it makes a little bit more sense, because Krillin is somewhat there. I mean, except the fact that he put the fate of the world at risk for the hopes and dreams of fucking a robot, but that's besides the point. Goku though, no, like, he's gonna fuck that job up so bad, and I'm guessing that's probably how that other person busts into the event or something like that, because he's gonna be like, oh yeah, go ahead, go, you know, whatever, and Goku's probably not even gonna be at his post. He's probably gonna go eat or something like that and say, hey, I thought it was time for me to take my break or something like that. Like, you gotta think, this is when it goes back into the stuff that I really enjoy as well about Goku's character, even though people like to complain about it, they don't like it, but it's the naivety of his character. He still, at the end of the day, has a lot of naive things about him. He's still pretty much, in a way, that little innocent 12-year-old that Bulma found in a forest, you know, hundreds upon hundreds of episodes ago, years ago, that didn't really know much about the world. He knows a lot more now. I mean, even back in Dragon Ball, Master Roshi took it upon himself to be his teacher, but he's very naive. So you look at it and you kind of try to put it in your head, Goku being a security guard, being like a bodyguard, being like a bouncer or some shit. It just sounds so weird. It makes sense in a way that he has the power, but even Vegeta wouldn't even be good for that position. And the difference is, like, okay, Goku, yeah, he'll let people go by, he'll go and eat, he'll you know, not take it serious because he doesn't even know what he's supposed to take serious. He doesn't understand shit like that. Vegeta, yo, I said nobody's coming in, and he'll fucking kill people on accident, not realizing, like, smacking people away, like, get the fuck away. Like, so even somebody like Vegeta, in a sense, which is the polar opposite side of the spectrum of how, you know, being nice and being a mean asshole, Vegeta wouldn't even be good for that job. So yeah, maybe Krillin could be a cop, but Goku being, you know, a bodyguard, bouncer, stuff like that, no, the Saiyans just can't do it. They're too whacked out. I mean, even Gohan, well, Gohan probably be better than Goku and Vegeta. I'm just saying. And maybe I'm looking a little too into this stuff because, I don't know, I just find it to be fucking hilarious. Goku is a fucking part-time security guard. Where do they come up with this stuff? But let me know what you guys think. First of all, any Dr. Slump fans out there, I mean, I know the series never really made it popular over here. I think it was just recent, in the past couple years, you can actually buy some of the Dr. Slump movies from rightstuff.com. I think they're like exclusive to there, or they might have hit Amazon as well, but Dr. Slump's never really been readily available over here. I know that, I think they tried to bring it over here like 20 years ago or something like that, and that didn't work out very well either. So if there's any Dr. Slump fans out there, salute to you. I know there's the manga. I think I have all of the manga, actually, now I think about it. I think I'm missing like 2 volumes. So yeah, Dr. Slump, it'd be weird to see that there's some hardcore ones over here, because again, Dr. Slump never really came out over here. Also, what do you think about Goku's new job as a security guard part-time for this event and stuff like that? Like, do you think that it's gonna, I mean, obviously it's Goku. Like, in order for the plot to be funny to begin with, he has to do something real fucking stupid. And I guess if you was to compare, like, do you think Vegeta could do the better job? Like, it seems as though the Saiyans are incapable as far as small things like that. Little, like, hey, get a job. They just can't do it because either they're too naive, they're too aggressive. The Saiyans are too much. And your overall expectations for this episode, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a laugh. I mean, Dr. Slump, from the cameos we did see, I remember in Dragon Ball, there was a cameo with General Blue, I think, when, you know, the kind of, I think he's like gay or something like that. Well, he was actually even, I think, a pedophile, to be honest with you, which it's kind of bizarre to think that in Dragon Ball there was a gay pedophile. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, General Blue, like, he had an obsession with this little boy or something like that. There was a cameo in that arc or whatever with Dr. Slump as well, and we've seen Arale and stuff like that. So it's going to be nice to see the character again and get more than like 2 seconds like we had in episode 43 where Goku just instant transmitted in front of her for a second. Like, it'll be kind of cool to see, and hopefully it's funny, and who knows, again, maybe this could lead to a revival of Dr. Slump, and they'll probably start a whole new series or something like that, because it is interesting that they're going to do a full-on episode. I mean, it could just be Toei saying, hey, we got the rights to both of them, why the fuck not? Could be something more, you never know. And your overall expectations, again, I'm just expecting something funny, hilarious, and Goku as a fucking part-time security, need I say more? But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Fineb World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.